Here's one more poster in the Rookie to Rainmaker series included in your Rainmaker toolkit, Burdens of Proof. Another concept that clients just don't understand, and even some young lawyers when they're first starting out have difficulty with. So I've pulled the concepts down to a simple, fairly straightforward visual representation, starting with burden of production. The burden of production is basically to establish a prima facie case, and I explain it up here at the top. It's a minimal burden to produce at least enough evidence for the trier of fact, which can be the judge or it might be your jury, to consider the plaintiff's claims. If you meet the burden of production, then comes the burden of persuasion. So two different types of burdens. The burden of persuasion you don't even meet if you can't make the burden of production. Burden of production, you'll probably have a motion for dismissal, something like that. If you've made your case, then you'll move on to the burden of persuasion, where the plaintiff has the initial burden to present enough evidence to persuade the trier of fact that his position is correct. We sometimes call that the standard of proof, how much evidence the party must show to establish or refute a disputed fact. So that's the two burdens. Now, there are another variety of types of burdens of persuasion. You've got civil cases and you've got criminal cases. And I've listed the different types of burdens that you can have in these different types of cases. In civil, there are at least 3 different types of burdens, and they have to do with weighing the evidence. So you've got clear and convincing, you've got preponderance of the evidence, you've got substantial evidence. Same thing in criminal. In criminal, the most commonly known one is beyond a reasonable doubt. But you also have probable cause, you have reasonable belief and reasonable suspicion, and you've got some credible evidence. So depending on your jurisdiction and depending on your type of case, and depending on the case that you have to prove, your burden is going to differ. And I've explained each of those 7 most common. There are others out there, I'm warning you. You'll need to double check. If you're in a very esoteric branch of the law, maybe in an administrative type branch, you may have a burden that you see fairly frequently that is not listed here. But for most cases that involve lay clients, these are the types of burdens that you'll be dealing with, and this poster will help you help your clients understand what's going on in the courtroom and why you have to do what you have to do. You're the expert, your client is the ingenue and is stressed by litigation they don't know anything about, and this will help you make them comfortable and help them to understand that they can trust you to take care of them.